Hello, my queens. Before I say anything else, before I move forward, I'm going to let you know right now that I would like you to give this video a thumbs up. I'd like you to subscribe if you haven't done so already, and I would like you to turn on your bell notification so you know every time I have posted another video, and leave any comments or stories or thoughts or questions below. Okay? Good. So, as you saw in my thumbnail, I was holding a glass of wine. Why? Because it is that time of the week. It is Friday, and you already know that Friday is my favorite day. Which brings me into today's video. We are talking about stress management and how to de-stress. What I like to do one day out of the week is take some time to myself, relax, drink a glass of wine, do whatever it is that I do. Let me tell you something, okay? I love Lush products. So what I do is I would gather all my Lush products, I would go in the shower and this is usually like after the house is already quiet, everybody's already sleeping, and I would just take the nicest, steamiest, hottest shower and just relax. Some of you guys may take baths and use your bath bombs or whatever else. I personally don't like baths. I have my own personal issues with that. But I like to take showers. So that's what I do. And plus, like, it just feels good on my back with the shower hitting all the hot spots and whatnot. So that's what I like to do. We have a long week, whether we're stay-at-home moms or you're stay-at-home work moms. You have to deal with the kids, or you have relationships to deal with, or just drama. If you're in school, you know, you're studying and you may have part-time jobs. We all have busy weeks. We all are pretty much done for by the time Friday hits. I don't know anybody that doesn't look forward to Fridays. If you get the weekend off, of course. If you don't, my bad. But even so, you still want to take some time, at least one day out of the week, to do whatever it is that will help you revamp and recoup, because we all need, anybody can stress. There are children out there who are stressing, and a lot of people think, well, what do you have to stress about? You ain't got no bills to pay, you know, you don't have people to take care of, people are taking care of you. All you got to do is live. All you have to do is get up and eat and go to school and have fun and come home, kind of do it all over again, play with your friends and whatever. But no, like, children, especially nowadays, they're sponges, and they take in and they take on everything. So even they stress. And that's also why it's important to make sure that although we need to take care of ourselves, we need to make sure that they're taken care of in that sense as well. A lot of people find that hanging out with children or being surrounded by children is actually therapeutic, and they're not wrong. They're not wrong at all. So, you know, even consider, maybe if you're not the type to want to be alone, or I for the longest time, I couldn't understand why people wanted me time. I couldn't understand. I liked being around people. That's what made me happy. You know, having grown-up conversation when I used to be a stay-at-home mom, you know, I was around children all day. So having that grown-up conversation and being surrounded by other grown-ups, whether they're other parents or not, I loved it. I looked forward to it. Spending time with your kids can be beneficial for both you and the child or children, or maybe just spending time with other adults. Again, we're talking about work. Obviously, work more times, 9 times out of 10, is very stressful. If you have a boss to answer to, if you are your own boss, that is obviously very stressful as well. Dealing with other coworkers, just, you know, having deadlines, things like that. Managing money, making sure bills are getting paid, making sure, you know, we can provide whoever we need to provide for, even if it's ourselves. Life is obviously very demanding. I don't need to say that. If you're a student and you're in school, you know, if you're trying to get into certain schools, if you're trying to get a certain GPA, trying to balance all of that extracurricular activities, you may have to leave from work and then go to your part-time job and go home and do your homework, and it's late and you're tired. It can be a really long, stressful day. You know, we as parents, again, we have our daytimes, and then we have our kids to take care of. Even if you don't have kids, like I said, the number one, I would say, is money. We're all trying to make it. We all got bills to pay, and financial responsibilities and trying to save and maybe trying to purchase a home or just live. We are all machines. We're always on the go. We're always on the go. We're always on the go. We're always going. At some point in time, sometimes we even forget to eat. We barely sleep. And then we turn into these zombies. And what happens is we get up, we press play the next day, and we just do it all over again. Some people are fortunate enough to take vacations, and that's amazing. Some people aren't. So just recently, I celebrated my 34th birthday. And for the first time in 34 years, and mind you, I've been asking for a long time, but I was finally taken to a spa. And oh my gosh, it was everything I imagined. And I think from now on, I'm going to make it a point to make that a treat for myself because it works. I had a full body massage and I actually had the RMT tell me how tight I was and how tense I was. And he wasn't wrong. I knew that going into that appointment. But I got to sit in the water therapy and sip on a mimosa. And, you know, some of the packages come with free meals. It was amazing. And even if that's not something you can do financially right now, there are so many other places that you can go to and just unwind. You can go to a library, and if you enjoy reading, sit and read a book. If it's summertime, just find yourself at a beach or in a park, and same thing, just relax. Listen to your favorite music. Just tune everybody and everything out. I know sometimes it's hard to do that when you have kids and that sort of thing. But, you know, maybe there's a point in time when, you know, somebody else can watch your kids or they're sleeping. That's what I do. During the week, like I said, I will go in the shower and I will lushify, you know, and I'll pour myself a glass of wine and just relax, catch up on my favorite movies and shows. Honestly, a lot of times people don't realize that stress is not only something that affects your psyche, like mentally and physically and emotionally, but spiritually. Like if you go to church on a Sunday and you just close your eyes and you pray, or you don't even have to go to church. You can just, again, when it's really quiet, just pray. Some people meditate, but it actually does really help and really calm your spirit. Leave some ideas in the comments below and just let me know the kind of things that you do to or places that you go to de-stress. Going back to the whole like once a week thing, I think it's really important to at least choose one day, just one day out of the week. I don't care what day it is. It doesn't matter what day it is. Whatever day works for you. Fridays are my days. Maybe it's not your day. Maybe your week starts on a Friday. I don't know. Pick at least one day out of the week and just make a list of things that you think might work for you, where you make it you time, only for you. Turn off your phone or at least put it on silent if you can't turn it off. Just do something. Bake, cook, read, you know, even if it's just to like lay there and watch a movie. Most of us feel guilty when we decide that we want to take time for ourselves. I feel like if I decide to take a nap, or if I decide to go to bed early, or if I decide to just lay there and watch a show, that I could be doing something else that's productive. It's not you being unproductive. It is necessary to relax. It is necessary to take time for yourself. Just like it's necessary to spend time with your children, and necessary to go to work, and necessary to pay your bills, and necessary to make time for your relationships. It is very necessary to take you time. Play your music and just jam. It doesn't matter whatever it is, you choose to do it and don't feel bad doing it. Whatever day you choose, just make sure you're spending it the way you want to spend it. And if there are people around you who are used to having your attention and that sort of thing, just let them know. Listen, you can have me during the week from Monday to Thursday, for instance, but Friday evenings, that's my time. That's for me. When you start to feel like you're reaching your limit, that's the time when all the red lights should be going off, all the alarms should be sounding, and you're like, whoa, listen, time out, me time. Especially if you're the kind of person that gives and gives and gives and gives and gives, you need time to take back. You need to restore. Honestly, it's not just for you. You'll probably be helping out everybody else too. Believe me. What I do in the mornings is, so I'll set my alarm for about 15 minutes before the time I usually get up. I will make some tea, I'll make up my bed, and I will read some scriptures just to kind of ease into my day. And it's not just, oh, alarm's going off, I gotta jump up and press go, and here I am being a machine again. You're going to wear yourself out. You're going to wear yourself out. I'm not asking, I'm telling you. If you haven't already done so, you are going to wear yourself out. If you do not take care of yourself, if you do not take me time, it is going to affect your mental health. It is really, really important for your mental health to make sure that you always take time for yourself, by yourself. Once it affects your mental health, it's going to start to affect your physical health. It can make you physically sick. There are many times when you're on the go, and all of a sudden everything just starts hitting you at once physically, and you got a runny nose, you got strep throat, you got a fever, you feel nauseous, you want to throw up, your body's aching. A lot of the time, yes, it could be viruses and everything else because a lot of shit going around. But a lot of times people don't realize that your body's just like, you need to slow the F down. What do you take me for? Don't make your body tell you about yourself. Don't. Your body's telling you to relax. And that's what you need to do. Take some time for yourself. Last but not least, your emotional health. If you're on the go and this person's tugging at you this way and this one's pushing you that way and this one needs this and that one needs that, and that's just at work or wherever else, and you still got to come home and deal with everybody else's needs again, you're going to start snapping at people. Take it from me. I know. It gets to the point where little things start to irritate you. You're going to be irritated and on edge all the time. It drives people to do things that they wouldn't normally do, like drink and smoke. It's kind of like, how many times I stood there, I'm like, I ain't no smoker chick, but you're making me want a cigarette. How many times are we out in public and somebody's just like making you just, their behavior is just questionable. And you're just like, what the hell is your problem? You don't know what kind of day they just had. You have no idea what kind of day that person just had or is having. We don't know what everybody's going through, but this is why it's so important to take time for yourself. And if you don't know where to start, if you're not the type of person to kind of do that, or never thought that, you would have the time to do that sort of thing because your day starts and finishes on the go, at least start here. Pray. And if you're not the praying type, meditate. Make sure that the same way that you're easing into the day, you're easing out of it. We don't want to crash. And that's what we seem to be doing a lot of times, is crashing. Okay, queens, it's really important. I'm going to leave you with some homework. I want you to pick one day out of the week or a certain time of day. And then I want you to pick 3 things that you really enjoy doing or that you find calms you. And then I want you to write it in the comments below and let me know what you've chosen and if it's working for you. Until the next video, ladies, hold it down. Don't forget to correct your crown. Stay raw.